fans understand it, but I just wanted to be out there. I just wanted to hear it and absorb it and embrace it, because you go out there and lose so many times. You start to go into that cage, just like anything else. Like, here we go. You know, you start out good, and then all of a sudden, as soon as things start not going your way, you just kind of slink, so and you get beat and stuff. So I'm the hell out of it. You know what I mean?
Kind of starts being a job.
Oh, well, but it's just, you don't have that. Yeah, man, your balls are gone. I mean, you don't. You know, and that was, I'm trying to get my balls back. I'm telling you, because I go out there and then they start coming back at me, and they start grabbing me, get that submission. I'm trying. I don't get me wrong, I'm trying, but everything's whirlwind. You can't hear your corners. You're not thinking. It's like, God, I don't want to be in here because I keep losing. Then you start. Last place you want to have that doubt is in the fight, and next you know it just hits you. Oh God, you know. So that's this time I go, look, I'm going the distance, and I did. It only helped that I broke my foot.
Right.
You know. But I got him in the first 45 seconds. I remember I came in, bang, flat, kicked him, he fell. He went down, I jumped on my way down, pushed him away, backed up. So then my foot just started getting bigger and bigger by the third round. I didn't sit down in between, and I looked at him and I go, you got a problem? And I go, look at my foot. He looked at me, oh my God. I mean, it's looking like a Subway sandwich. It was purple. It's monstrous. I'm like, yeah, I haven't been able to drop off it since having it the first time. I know what I'm doing. Oh my God. That's why when the fight was finally over, I just walked over the corner. I said, hold on. Whoop, fell down. I just threw my foot in the air. I was like, man, this is crazy. But as big as it was, I mean, as monstrous that thing was, they put me on suspension. They go, oh, he's broken. I'm telling you, it's not. I don't feel nothing like this last time. It didn't hurt like it was just swollen. So I had to go prove it. It wasn't.
It wasn't on the schedule.
You know, suspension. I got it lifted because they got the doctors to say, and then I fought again after that. That time I got beat at 40 at a catchweight with that Ryan Davis. I should have, when I got that foul, when I got upkicked, it broke my nose, cracked my palate. Never had a palate cracked, and then it cut me across the face. I was on the ground, I was chilling. All of a sudden, my foot came up, and the other foot was boom. I hit the floor. And I got up, I go, good, threw my hands up, let's go, I'm good. I can't hear it. The referee's looking at me, yeah, let's go. I go, come on. You ready? I'm like, let's go. I shot in, and he spun around, got to the neck. So, but then that's when the point was, you know, by that time, I was like, all right, I'm going 135. It's very easy decision. And it was real easy because even for that fight with Davis, I made 137. I didn't try. It's like, I've made 35 easier than I can make 45. You know what I mean? 40. But the reason why is what I was telling you was I'm not coming into the camps weighing 189, 190 pounds and spending the whole 10 weeks just trying to get in shape. Now,
you walk around weighing a lot.
Well, I don't leave the gym. I'm home. I hang out for a week, and I'm back in the gym training, working. Basically, what a real athlete should be doing, I guess, you know. And I just did it for long, you know. So that's what I do now, so it's just a lot easier. I mean, this is as big as I get, and I'm nowhere near that bulbous 190 pounds, you know.
So, you know, kind of taking it back, you run off 6 losses, and I understand, you know, that might be why you stopped training so hard. I mean, your outlook was obviously different going into that next fight. And then you run off 3 wins of the last 4. You know, you're kind of dealing with an injury right now. How anxious are you to just kind of get back in the gym and get back to the fight?
It's these road trips. I'm here for Matt. I'm here for the team. I'm here for, you know, for Supremacy. But I just want to get back. I want to get back to the gym. I want to train. I've been having to do all this traveling, you know. But I gotta work. So, you know, but I can't. This is the longest trip I've had since November. I've been in there. My daughter was born in Hayden, so this is real good to be able to spend a month with her. But it's time for me to get back in there. I want to fight in November. So I got to get going, especially off that last win. I need to get right back in there and keep working.
Now, you can definitely tell your mind frame is a little bit better than where it's at. I mean, obviously at the beginning part of the game, your history is well known in terms of your childhood. How big was wrestling to you as a child? And tell me a little bit about a coach that kind of brought you into that fold.
You know, the irony is Jack Van Trest was one of my mother's best friends, and he's the one that got us wrestling when we were little kids. And then I had a coach in junior high. I wrestled for his brother-in-law in 5th and 6th grade. And a lot of people don't know, but a my daughter, besides the name Bojangles, which I call her all the time, but her name's Hayden, and last I named her after my wrestling coach. My coach's name is Russ Hayden. He was my junior high coach, and then he was the assistant coach all the way through high school. And he meant the world to me, because that's when I was still going through a lot of the problems with my dad wasn't gone yet, and then he was there when my dad left, and I was a real wild child. You know, that's where athletics saved me. I always say if the school could have, they would have made wrestling all year round, because I was an angel. I was a smart. I mean, you had to have a GPA to wrestle. So believe you me, I was a 2.8, 2.9. No matter what, you had to have it. So even at the time when I wasn't wrestling, I knew that it would carry over. You know, you can't try to take a 0.3 and average out by the next month. So I always had to keep that GPA so that I could wrestle. And that's what kept me in school. And all the way, I wanted to wrestle in college, and it took me all the way through a college career. Wrestling saved my life. It was that counterbalance. You know, it was that way of. I was an individual trying to be on a team instead of being on a team trying to be an individual. I wasn't trying to stand out from my teammates. I was an individual, and I just loved being around a group, around the team, and that's what made MFS so much fun when that started, and MMA in general. You get to have your team with you all the time, but you're still that individual that goes out there and shows everybody, and that's what I did as a wrestler. And for me and Abel, I mean, he was the same way. He graduated college, and he wrestled all the way up through in the second year of college. He didn't have to, but he was a brand, you know. And my other brother, he just wasn't into it, so he didn't have that counterbalance. And now, as he sits in prison, you know, he thinks about it. He's sad, you know. He's like, man, I wish it is what it is. You can't, we are who we are. We're done. That's all we can do, you know. So for me, I'm very fortunate to have had wrestling and love something like that, because what I was saying before about they would make it all year round, there was no messing around. I can't be a full-time alcoholic or a drunk, because for 6 months I was wrestling. Then I wrestled in the summer freestyle and Greco. So, you know, I mean, I had my time where I would get into partying and drinking a little too much, even in high school. Got kicked out of a sport or two for it, you know. But when wrestling came around, nothing could mess with that, you know. Especially in college, nothing could mess with that. So that's how, I mean, wrestling can say.
Now, fast forward just a little bit here, and you move out to California, and you joined the Lions Den, right?
Yeah.
And you start messing around with the Shamrocks. And at one point in time, you wanted